スケート王国日本の樹立を目指してスケートフォワードをスローガンに掲げ活動してまいりました。そしてさらなる組織の一体化を図るためオリンピックイヤーとなる今年からロゴを一新し新しい JSF ブランドとともにスタートすることとなりました。それではまずこちらをご覧ください。
2029年 JSF 創立100周年に向けてスケート競技がより強くより盛んでより愛されるスケート王国日本を目指し私たちの使命、競技力の向上、スケートファミリーの拡充、スケート環境の整備、冬季オリンピック・パラリンピックムーブメントの推進。私たちはスケートフォワードの思いを胸に前進します。アスリートが最高に輝けるようにスケートの楽しさを伝え新たな才能を育て応援してくれる人と共に同じゴールに向かい加速します。スケートファミリーが一つとなり前進していく決意をシンボルに込めました。躍動するスケーターのシルエット、風を切るブレードのモチーフ、漢字の氷と氷の結晶を重ねたアイスマーク。私たちは今動き出します。スケートを愛するすべての人と共に輝く未来へ。スケートフォワー
ド。いかがでしたでしょうか。新しいロゴは風を切って前へと進むスケーターのシルエットと加速するブレードをイメージして漢字の氷と氷の結晶のモチーフを重ねて私たちが一体となって活動を前進させる決意を込めました。 JSF ビジョンの達成を見据えまずは2022年北京オリンピックでの活躍を目指して頑張っていきたいと思います。今後とも選手たちへのご支援ご声援よろしくお願いいたします。
まもなく2022 NHK 杯国際フィギュアスケート競技大会ペアショートプログラムの競技を開始いたします。
Welcome to the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating 2022 NHK Trophy. In a few minutes, we will begin the competition for pairs short program.
はじめにご来場のお客様にお願い申し上げます。会場内は禁煙です。おタバコをお吸いの際は所定の喫煙所を。並びにビデオ撮影は禁止されております。また携帯電話はマナーモードに設定してください。緊急地震速報 J アラートが発表された場合は場内アナウンスでご連絡いたします。全席花束やプレゼントの投げ込みは禁止されております。
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sapporo, Japan, and the 2022-23 NHK Trophy Grand Prix of Figure Skating. We are in Sapporo, the largest city in north of Tokyo, located on the northernmost main island of Japan. Sapporo, of course, played host to the very first Winter Olympic Games ever held in Asia in 1972. They also have their bid in for the 2030 Winter Olympic Games, along with the host of the 2002 Winter Olympics, Salt Lake City. Vancouver hosted the 2010 Games, has withdrawn their bid, so comes down to two, Sapporo and Salt Lake City. More on that later as we take a look at the starting order for the short program. Now, I have to fill you in a little bit on this. There were 7 teams listed. There are only 6, as Annika Hock and Robert Kunkel of Germany have withdrawn due to illness, so that leaves just 6 teams in this event, 3 of which have an excellent chance of securing their position in the Grand Prix final in Torino in early December. Miko Miura and Ryuichi Kihara of Japan, Emily Chan and Spencer Akira Howe from the United States, and Camille and Pavel Kovalev of France. Brooke McIntosh, Benjamin Mimar of Canada have an outside chance, but a lot would have to happen for them to qualify, but one never knows. Sport, as in life, is not a pure science. So we will see as the stands fill up here in Sapporo for the 5th of 6 Grand Prix events, getting ever so tight in the competition for those very precious spots in the Grand Prix final. We'll take a look at the introduction of the officials for this event.
Union, please welcome the ISU representative, Mr. Tatsuro Matsumura.
松村達郎、国際スケート連盟理事。
Also representing the ISU, please welcome
レフリー、
the referee, Mr. Marco Buttarelli.
1番ジャッジ、
Judge number 1, Ms. Itsuka Mokura.
チェコ。2番ジャッジ、
Judge number 2, Ms. Kadi Tverik, Estonia.
エストニア。3番ジャッジ、
Judge number 3, Ms. Susan Morris, Canada.
カナダ。4番ジャッジ、
Judge number 4, Ms. Mami Maeda, Japan.
日本。5番ジャッジ、
Judge number 5, Mr. Philip Milligue, France.
フランス。6番ジャッジ、
Judge number 6, Ms. Kylie Ann Jacopetti, Australia.
オーストラリア。7番ジャッジ、
Judge number 7, Ms. Ulla Feig, Germany.
ドイツ。8番ジャッジ、
Judge number 8, Ms. Devani Deck, United States of America.
アメリカ。9番ジャッジ、
Judge number 9, Mr. Walter Toigo, Italy.
イタリア技術役員
The technical panel.
テクニカルコントローラー
The technical controller, Mr. Yuron Prince.
テクニカルスペシャリスト
The technical specialist, Mr. Troy Goldstein. Technical specialist, Miss Elizabeth Kane.
Here we go on the first short program. First three teams ready to step onto the ice to be introduced to the audience. And as I mentioned, three of these teams are really in a good position to grab points to qualify for Torino Grand Prix final, just a few short weeks away.
From Netherlands,
ダリア・ダニーロはミシェル・千葉組
from
20 and
Canada,
24-year-old Daria Danilova and Michael Tsiba. Brooke McIntosh, Benjamin Mimar from Canada,
from Italy,
イルマ・カルダラ・リカルド・マッリョ組
and Miura Caldara and Maglio from Italy.
6 minutes warm-up.
Well, a fairly small event here with 6 teams, and 3 of them, as I mentioned, in good position to grab the final points required to qualify for the Grand Prix final in Torino. But they're going to have to perform well. And of course, on the 5th week of this event, most of these teams have had a lot of training now coming out of the summer into the early fall. Many of them have gone to Challenger Series and had competitions at home, and this, for most cases, will be their second Grand Prix event.
The competitors of group number 1 in the order of skating.
So experience and conditioning not an issue here as we take a look at the element list for Danilova and Tsiba of the
男性
Netherlands.
千葉選手は元男子シングルのオランダチャンピオン2018年にペアに転向しロシア出身の女性ダニーロワ選手とチームを結成しました。オランダペアとして初めて世界選手権に出場し昨シーズンは9位と健闘しています。この NHK 杯がグランプリシリーズデビュー戦となります。ダリア・ダニーロワ、ミシェル・千葉組
There's a look at Brooke McIntosh from Canada, and their 7 elements that they'll perform in the short program. They were the World Junior Bronze medalists last season and the Junior National Champions of Canada. This is their first season on the senior circuit and a relatively new team as well. Well, from Italy, Irma Caldara and Riccardo Maglio, and their list of elements for the short program. And so much depends on the solo jumps and the throw jumps in this event. The 2 elements that have most often mistakes. Well, it's great to be back in Japan with international skating events. Of course, this has been shut down for so many years around the world, but particularly in Japan as well. So the NHK Trophy competition, always a popular one with the skaters and the coaches, so efficiently run and operated. And as I mentioned, Sapporo has their bid in for the 2030 Olympic Games, and only one competitor in that, and that's Salt Lake City. So the Olympic Games of 2030 could very well end up right here in Sapporo. You can see that the pair teams, generally speaking, warm up by themselves. Most of the time, they'll take a couple of the pair elements together just to get the feel of the ice and the timing together. But time is spent on getting their own jumps and the rhythm to that. And they quite often skate separately, as we see here. Daria will skate third in this group. There's a group 5 reverse lift, the most difficult of all the lifts, because the woman comes in backwards, blind to where the man's hand is, and change of position, one hand there with a difficult dismount.
There's 1 minute left in the warm-up.
But you want to be looking for great speed and courage through the lifts, through all the elements, in fact. Effortless, it's the difficult thing about this sport. You want this look effortless and easy, and it's absolutely not like that at all, but that's the goal of the skaters. As Brooke warms up a double toe loop in preparation for the triple later in the program. And every team has their different approaches to their warm-ups. As I said, you haven't really seen too many pair elements in this warm-up, mostly taking their time getting the feel of the ice.
The warm-up is over. Skaters, please leave the ice. Thank you.
Daria is 20, Michelle 24, 9th in the world last season, but this team does not have a lot of international experience. 21st at the European Championships last season. .57 personal best and season's best in the short program as they'll skate to Everybody Wants to Rule the World and the Hanging Tree from the Hunger Games. They'll open their program as most teams do with the triple twist. Here it comes. And next up, the difficult solo element, triple Salchows. Oh, just a step out of the fall. Touchdown on the throw triple flip. Here's the Group 5 reverse lift, back entry. Change of position, one hand. Difficult dismount. Level 4.
They say who murdered 3. Strange things have happened here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? Pretend and call down for his love to free. Strange things have happened here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you?
Well, just a couple mistakes in this short program for Daria and Michelle, particularly on the triple Salchow, where there's a fall. And some reduction in the GOE on the throw triple flip. We'll take a look at that. And you can see it's so great to skate in front of a large audience, which most of these teams have not been able to do for the past 3 years. So this is indeed an inspiring environment. Well, first team out in the competition, always sort of setting the tone, if you will. And as I mentioned, this team, although 9th in the world last season, doesn't have a huge international list of competition experience. So that comes into play a little bit. Here's the twist. Watch, difficult entry, good split. Good catch, just a little over rotation with the upper body. That is in a level 3, so not getting all 4 features. Here's the triple Salchow. Watch Michelle right here. Outside the circle, tries to just flip out of it, but goes down on the element. It's a mandatory -5 on the GOE. And here's the triple flip. Looks good in the air. Just broke a little bit. I'm not sure if she touched the ice, so might be okay in this back inside desk bar. This is in a level 4 with a plus GOE, so well done on this element. As I mentioned, 56.27, their personal best and season's best. There's that reverse entry to the lift. Good split, beautiful turned out toes. But Daria, change of position. Difficult position, one hand, there the left hand goes down, balancing right on the right hip. And the difficult dismount. So it looked very smooth on the turn, so important to keep that flow across the ice. Good unison here on the camel spins. That gets a little out of sync there. Every change of position can cause problems with timing. And a nice high five and a hug right at the end of the program as they get this event started here in Sapporo.
Let's go, please.
Well, let's take a look at the short program scores. As I mentioned, 56.27, their personal and season's best. Not sure we'll touch that here. 54.46 for Daria, Michelle, Tsiba.
54.46.
Of course, the first team out in this event. Well, 17-year-old Brooke McIntosh, 21-year-old Benjamin Mimar. First Grand Prix season, second event, 4th at Skate Canada International. World Junior bronze medalists from last season, fairly new team, just getting to know each other. 61.23 personal best, skating to release by Jennifer Thomas. Nice triple twist to open the program. Triple toes, nicely done. The throw. Oh, just a little rough on the landing. Nice unison throughout that change combination spin. Well, very nice program indeed by Brooke McIntosh, Benjamin Mimar from Canada. Relatively new team. Benjamin told me a little earlier this season when his previous partnership split up, he had his eye on Brooke and was determined to land her as a partner. And he did. And the progress continues to grow each time out. It was interesting in an interview a little earlier this season, they talked about the importance of getting to know each other as people and understanding how they both communicate and how they hear each other. And communication is such an important part of any team. What a nice job here tonight by Brooke and Benjamin. Let's take a look at some of the elements in the program. And here's the triple twist in at level 3. Not much of a split. That may have been the one feature that was not awarded, but good quality with a plus GOE of 0.98. As we see the next team warming up. And you can see just a better performance level now by Brooke as they get to know each other a little bit more. Less concentration perhaps on every single detail and able to reach out in performance. Here's the throw triple loop. Let's watch a little forward on the landing right here. Hits the toe picks. There's a lot of snow flying up, but keeps the free foot and the hands off the ice. And that is a minus 0.43 for that shaky landing, but the base value of 5 points, still a 4.57 total for that element. And they look pretty pleased with that performance. Our Brooke's sister is an Olympic swimmer, so there's a lot of athletics in that family, that's for sure. And busy schedules.
The score, please.
McIntosh and Mimar 組の得点。
61.23 is their season's best. Is 62.31. That's a season's best for Brooke and Benjamin, and that'll put them currently into first place, second team out in the event.
62.31, and this is the season's best score. They are currently in first place.
There's the final team in this group.
Number 3.
22-year-old Irma Caldari and 23-year-old Ricardo Maglio. First Grand Prix season, second event, placing 5th in Sheffield last week. Difficult travel schedule. Also 5th last year at their nationals. As they look to top their best score, 55.70 right now. Again, they'll start with a twist. Here it is, difficult entry. In at a level 3. A little slow going into that throw triple loop, but lands it very nicely. Well, nice job by Irma and Ricardo. You can see their joy at the end of the program. Relatively cautious throughout, focused on accomplishing the technical elements, collecting the scores, not so connected to the music at this stage of their development and year. And that will just come with more confidence throughout the season and their careers. Still pretty young for a paired team of 22 and 23 years of age. So just learning how to keep focused on the technical part of the program. And as they gain confidence in training, they'll add a little bit more speed, of course, and aggressiveness, ice coverage, all those items that move a team up through the ranks. Let's take a look. Here's the twist takeoff, hands on the hips. There's the split over into the twist. Good catch. He doesn't touch. He's not allowed to touch the shoulders or the head on the way down with the arms. That's just a level 2. So missing 2 out of the 4 possible features. Here's the throw triple loop. Pretty slow and cautious going in, but clean landing. No touchdown. There's that backward entry in the group 5 reverse lift. Straight up over Ricardo's left shoulder, nice and balanced. Again, a little bit slow ice coverage here, but nice smooth through the turns. This is in at a level 3, so missing just 1 feature on that element as well. And there's some of the step sequence in a level 3. A nice unison on the change combination spin at the end of the program. A little bit out of sync here as I say that, of course. It was in unison for the first 3 segments of, or positions of that spin, and they lost a little synchronization at the end, but they look pretty happy with that performance, and really, that's all that matters. Well, 55.70, their season's and personal best, looking to top that score here. May come close to it. Yes, there it is, 58.95 for Irma and Ricardo, and that will put them currently into second place after 3 teams.
58.95. This is their season's best score. They are currently in second place.
They look pretty pleased with that. And there's the standings after the first 3 teams as we get introduced to the next 3, final 3 in this event. Good energy in the building with the audience. They're happy to be back in front of live skating. It's been a while. And when you love your skating, you miss it. It's great to have it online. It's great to have it on TV, but it's even better live, that's for sure, in the arena.
From France,
Camille and Pavel Kovalev from France, 27 and 30 years old. Emily Chan and Spencer Akira Howe from the United States. And from Japan, Miura and Kihara. They train in Oakville, Ontario in Canada. Crowd favorites here, no doubt. They've had a great season so far. Riku and Ryuichi, second at the World Championships last season and winning the Skate Canada Week 2 on the Grand Prix event. So looking to get in the top 3, guarantee their ticket to Torino for the Grand Prix final. Something special about that team, not only the technical elements, but there's a connection that is unique. I quite often draw a comparison with Shui and Han from China as we take a look at the list of elements. For Camille and Pavel, they'll open with a twist as every team has done so far. It's not required, but it is a norm in pair skating. Well, they teamed up at 2014. They got married to each other in December of 2017. So that is a full partnership in sport and in life. And there's Emily Chan and Spencer Akira Howe.
女性のチャン選手はシングル時代全米ジュニアチャンピオンに輝いた経歴を持ち
Second at four continents last season and fourth at the senior national championships of the United States. And they were second at Skate Canada International. They also have a good shot at securing a spot in the final, but need a good result here. They carry 13 points into this event, so anything from 11, third place up will secure them.
Miura and Kihara.
Well, here's the favorites for the competition, both in the fans and probably for the result. Should this team skate clean, they'll be very difficult to beat. Great technically, a special connection to the music and to the audience. Seventh at the Olympics, world silver medalists. And they trained in Canada with Bruno Marcotte and McIntosh and Mimar, Brian Chales. There's a look at Bruno Marcotte, a coach of many international, Olympic, and world medalists. So we see Riku and Ryuichi warming up separately. As I mentioned in the first group, not a lot of pair elements in the warm-up, just a few. Just getting the feel for the ice. And after the pair short program, next up will be the women's short, and that will be a wonderful event here. So many good Japanese skaters. Such a huge fan base as well in Japan for the sport and for their heroes. We've often talked about the uniqueness of the personalities for the pair women, because you have to love to fly, you have to love the risk and the thrill of it all, and not everyone does. And you can see right there the special connection. They're talking to each other quite often, smiles on the faces. If one's a little nervous, the other one's working to lighten them up a little bit. Such a special skill to work beautifully and brilliantly with your partner to sense what they need at the moment. From a release perspective, just from knees perspective. Wonderful work there. And there's Emily Chan from the United States. It seems like almost 6 minutes is too long for these teams. They're ready to go. Warmed up off ice, of course. They got the feel of the ice. And here we go. Group number 2, pair short program here in Sapporo.
Skaters, please leave the ice. Thank you.
4番カミリュー・コバレフ、パベル・コバレフ組、
Team
フラン
20
ス。
Kovalev, 30-year-old Pavel Kovalev, husband and wife team's second Grand Prix season, second event this year, comes second in the Grand Prix de France. French national champions, 63.98, their personal and season program, as they will skate to My Boy and Bad Guy by Billie Eilish.
My boy's being such, he was shaping enough, but now he's just a shadow.
Here it is, triple twist.
My boy has his flames, like all of my split ends, and by that I mean he cuts them off. My boy, my boy, my boy.
Triple toe loops, well done.
Like he promised. My boy, the answer's loading on us. My boy's being sus, and he don't know how to cuss. He just sounds like he's trying to be his fun.
A little bit of a shaky landing, good save though. Just outside the circle, stepping out on the landing.
I guess I'm pretty glad that you're alone. You said she's scared of me. I mean, I don't see what she sees, but maybe it's 'cause I'm wearing your cologne.
It's looking a little bit out of sync there, beginning of the step sequence. Good unison in the first half of this flying change combination spin. Just slightly off at the end, but not bad. Nice program, really nice work in the step sequence to the music. Couple small, shaky parts. We'll take a look at that in the short program, or in the replays, pardon me. 3 elements are under review out of the 7. Now, what a great save on that lift for Pavel. Was going a little bit sideways. Hopefully we get to take a look at that. And he just brought it down perhaps slightly early just to be safe. It's so important to keep the woman directly above the man's shoulders and her rotation slightly ahead of his, so he's not pulling, he's coasting with her, rotating with her as she sits above. As we take a look at some of the opening moves of the program, here's the twist. This is only at a level 2, so no difficult entry. Split maybe, and probably a touch on the shoulder on the way down. So 2 features on that element. Here's the triple toe loops. This worked out pretty well. Little forward for Camille, but hangs on to the approval of Laurent Dupouillet. And here's the throw triple Salchow. This was a little outside the circle and has to step out rather than take the fall. So loss of 1.70 reduction on that element. Here's a look at some of the steps. And that step sequence in at a level 2 as well. So certainly there's area for improvement in the levels of difficulty. 2 on the twist, 3 on the lift, base on the back inside death spiral. So that's a great loss there. Only base value, and level 2 on the steps. So lots of work to do to improve the levels of difficulty and the GOE quality scores as well. While their 63.98 personal best score, they'll fall quite short of that with this performance. And they come in with a second place in the Grand Prix de France, so going to need to be good in the free program to get close to the top 3 with those points. As we take a look at the short program scores, 55.36, that's significantly lower than their season's best. That's 3rd in the short program at this point in the competition.
3rd place.
On our next team, from the United States of America, 25-year-old Emily Chan, 26-year-old Spencer Akira Howe.
Emily Chan and Spencer Akira Howe.
Second Grand Prix season. This is their second event this year, placing second at, a lot of 2s in there, second at Skate Canada International, 4th at the U.S. Nationals last season, 67.39. Their personal best good score at Skate Canada International. Looking to top that here right now. Nice twist to open the program. A big lean on that throw triple loop, has to land on 2 feet to stay up. Here's the solo jump, important side-by-side triple toe loops. No. Fall by Emily on that element. There's the back inside death spiral. Sir, just a couple mistakes in the program. It's a dynamic. They've got great skills. Just a couple of mistakes here tonight, this afternoon. But good levels of difficulty through the 7 elements back inside death spiral, the lift, the get level 4, and the change combination all in at a level 4, twist in at level 3. So they've maximized the degree of difficulty of these elements. They just lose some points on the GUE. That's the quality for elements, and there are a couple of those elements in the minuses, so there'll be some reduction in their total score there, but not too much. But the difficulties is really at the highest level. Let's take a look here at some of the elements throughout the program. Here's the throw triple loop. He removes himself out of the way. She's a little bit on a leap forward and has to land 2 feet in order to keep herself upright, not to take the fall. Here's the triple toe loops on the quarter for Emily and the fall. On the back inside death spiral here, this is a level 4, the plus GOE. So good quality and difficulty on this element. There's the anchor with the toe pick hitting the ice. There's 1 revolution. And so on. There's the group 5 reverse lift up here at a level 4 as well with a plus 1.20, pardon me, for the GOE. Good quality lift, good smooth turns. And the step sequence, not easy to get a level 4 for anyone in any of the disciplines. So some time and patience taken for each one of the features in the step sequence, and are rewarded with a level 4. Well done.
Everyone at home, hey mom, hey dad, hey Gabby, Jimmy, Misha, Alexei, wait.
Score, please.
Well, they're 67.39. Probably won't reach that score here right now with those mistakes. But they do have a 64.62, and Emily and Spencer will take over first place.
64.62. They are currently in
And there's a
first
look
place.
at your top 5 so far. 1 team to come. And there they are. From Japan, 20-year-old Riku Miura and 30-year-old Ryuichi Kihara. 3rd Grand Prix season, 7th at the Olympic Games, world silver medalist, 1 Skate Canada International, bringing 15 points into this event, 74.45 personal best, skating to You'll Never Walk Alone in Sweet Hope Walk.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid.
Opening triple twist, beautifully done.
At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver
Triple toes.
song of love. Walk on through the wind. Walk on through the rain. Though your dreams be tossed and blown.
Fabulous throw, triple Lutz. And wonderful unison on that change combination spin. You can see such joy on their faces as they perform that step sequence. Finishing up with a back inside death spiral here. Wonderfully inspiring short program by Miura and Kihara of Japan. With standing ovation here for not only great sport, but a beautiful performance and a wonderful partnership. As I watched the warm-up and just before they skated, the work of Ryuichi with Riku to encourage her, to protect her, to give her confidence was absolutely brilliant. You can't see that obviously in the performance, that work, but there was a little worry on her face. Once the technical elements were done, the joy came out and the performance was absolutely spectacular. There's Bruno Marcotte greeting his team. He knows how great that performance was. So strong, as he says. That's teamwork. Let's take a look at some of these beautiful elements. Level 4 for 4 elements. Just the twist at the opening of the program here. Only a level 2. Let's see what happens. Good split. Yeah, a touch on the way down. So that's one feature loss and probably not the entry given as well. There's the triple toe loops. Nicely done. Throw triple Lutz. Little bit forward on the landing, but keeps the flow going, keeps away from the toe picks. And you can see the smiles on their face here. That step sequence was not only executed at a high level, a level 4 for the technical aspect of the step sequence, but also the performance. And you can see the joy in their faces right at the end of the program. And a sincere hug right at the end as well. Just something special about this team. Whatever the technical is, there's something deep with this team here from Japan.
The score, please.
Wonderful athletes and delightful people. Let's take a look at their score, 74.45, their personal best. And this score is 78.25. That's huge. That's huge. And you can see it. There it is. Yeah, bravo, exactly. Boy, what a reaction by Riku. She's in disbelief. But that was not only a great technical score, but the brilliance of the performance, the components, high marks.
When you finish skating,
Bruno said, when you finish skating, I hope for a 78, and they got that. There's a look at the final standings in the pair short program here in Sapporo. Well, it's pretty close for the battle for the second and third spot, so lots can happen in the free program. Riku and Ryuichi pretty safe with that 78.25 in the lead as they go into the free program. Just looking to gain more experience and confidence as they work their way towards the Grand Prix final in Torino, December 8th to 11th. As the fans are going to take a short break before the women's short program. And that event will be exciting indeed. As 3 Japanese skaters, all with scores coming into this event, with points coming into this event, that put them in a good position for the Grand Prix final as well. But they're going to have to earn it. They've got the short program and the free program here at this event, with one more event coming on the Grand Prix series in Espoo, Finland next weekend. And that will conclude the series as we take a look at the top 3 teams. There's Brooke and Benjamin from Canada. Had a great skate here. They're growing every time out. They gain confidence and experience, and they get to know each other just a little bit better. Lots of work still yet to do in performance. That will come in time and maturity, of course. They're just 17 and 21 years of age, so this is a very young team. As we take a look at the second position, Emily and Spencer from the United States. Such a strong pair team. A big lean on that throw. Had to put both feet down. That's okay. Keep on your feet. Take the hit on that, but don't go down. So we see the exit to the Group 5 reverse lift. Really powerful ending. Dramatic. And there are the leaders. Riku, Miura, and Ryuichi Kihara of Japan. Serious look on Riku's face at the beginning, but great joy at the end. There's a beautiful twist. Only level 2, in fact, on that twist, but still great quality. And there's the throw, triple Lutz. Great speed on the landing there, back inside death spiral here as well. And all at a level 4 as we see the final pose that meant something to the audience, but just as much, I think, to themselves. Well, that concludes the coverage of the pairs short program here in Sapporo. Up next will be the women's short. You won't want to miss that. Stay with us.
まもなくドーム群オンアイスが始まります。まずは場内のビジョンにご注目ください。